water cycle is a very important system which happens on our planet Earth and helps keep the limited amount of water that we have clean. The water cycle uses the heat of the sun to take water from the surface of the Earth up into the air in tiny droplets. These droplets are so small that many visible forms of pollution are left behind, and when the droplets cool, they form clouds and fall back to Earth as rain, collecting in our rivers, lakes, and oceans again. So today what I'm going to do is create a model for you that you can do right in your house with household items. I have a bowl, a glass bowl with a small glass in the middle and some dirt. And this is going to act as my planet Earth. So I have soil just like we do here. And I'm going to make it rain by putting a glass of water in the soil. So I just want it in the soil. I don't want it in my small cup. So I want to make some mud in my bowl. And then I'm going to keep this small glass in the middle. After that, I'm going to place some plastic wrap on top, and then we will see what happens to our soil sitting in the sun for a couple of hours. Okay, so it's been 4 hours since the last time I saw you, and since then a lot of condensation has built up on our plastic wrap. And let's just see what happened inside while we were gone. So as you can see, there's less water in the soil, and then if I take out this little cup, a quarter of it is filled with water, and it was completely empty before we left. But what happened is the water in the soil heated up from the sun. So the sun heated up the soil and the water. The water vaporized and clung to the plastic wrap. And then I put a small stone in the middle of the plastic wrap above the cup. And the cup is acting as like a little lake or river or basin. And because the little rock was weighing down the plastic wrap, it is acting as a cloud. Whenever clouds get weighed down, that is when they let out their rain. It's not going to rain unless the cloud gets heavy. So we put the rock in the middle, and then all the condensation that was on the plastic wrap went to the spot the rock was on and then dropped into our river basin, which is this little cup, which is now filled with water. And if I was only out for 4 hours, but if I would have left it for even longer, then all of this soil in the bowl would have been completely dried and the cup would have been filled up. So that's a way to simulate the water cycle. The water cycle is the sun is heating up any water that is on the ground that vaporizes into small particles and reaches clouds. And then once the clouds get heavy enough, they let down their rain, and the rain flows into our river basins and into the ground, and then that whole process starts all over again. And while the water is getting picked up from the soil, because the particles are so small, it's leaving behind the soil and any pollutants that's in the soil as well. So we get clear, fresh water that's going up into the atmosphere and into our clouds and getting dropped down again. If you want to do this activity at home with your children or for yourself, what you'll need is one large bowl, a small glass, some plastic wrap, some 2 large rocks, and 1 small rock. And what you're going to do is bring all of those materials outside on a sunny day. And then you're going to put some dirt in the bottom of your bowl, mix a cup of water in the dirt, and then place your small cup in the middle of it. Then you're gonna take your plastic wrap and put it over top of your bowl, and you're gonna weigh it down with 2 rocks on either side. And then you need 1 small rock, which you are going to place directly over your small glass on top of the plastic wrap. And then you just wait a couple of hours and see what happens.